Hello, my
Meine
people.
Leute,
Yes, how do I install ZFS?
wie installiere ich ZFS
On an
auf einem
OVH dedicated server,
dedicated Server,
for
zum
example for
Beispiel für
Proxmox.
Proxmox?
That is
Das
then not
ist
too complicated.
nicht allzu kompliziert.
So
Also
first,
zuerst
of
muss
course,
ich
I have to
natürlich
go
in die
into the management
Verwaltungskonsole
console.
reingehen.
From
Von
OVH,
Ich muss jetzt
I
mal
must
von
now use the other
ich
browser I
normalerweise
normally
nicht
not
verwende,
use.
laden.
Now I have to shorten a bit right away. The login process. Not everyone has to see that. What data I use. Important is that I go to the right server. That I then check again on the server. I am really on the right server. I want to be installed. This should bin. No operating system is installed on the server. If there was nothing on it before, well then change the rescue mode here. That is selected. The start will bin changed. To rescue boot. And not boot from hard disks. It must rescue mode, and then selecting the rescue boot system from Debian. Debian 10 based. Good, and then on continue. I do not need this. I have changed before. So, I make here an exit. Because this is already set for me. Well, next restart your server. Restart here on this button. You have to confirm that again. And then you get a mail sent to your mail address. With Accesso al mode to rescape, rescue mode. Then you simply click on this link. This is important to get a password. Here you see the password for connection. And you go to a root shell. And I still need one more information. And then you must connect to the right server, so you get correct server IP. And then you open a session. Linux session or you have on the Windows computer. A SSH client. From Linux this works with SSH root console. So that you also work with the right user, and then the correct IP. And then you have to enter the password. What you get in the website before, get displayed in the browser. Isn't that right? Click on Copy to Clipboard. And then you are also logged in. And then you enter IP-A and mark this information. Depending on what client programs we use, they have to mark it differently. And copy. For Windows clients, this usually works, since simply only once. Mark left and then right mouse key. Sorry, nitrogen monoxide. Right mouse button is for so mark once. That's actually enough with Windows. Or mark with the shift key. And then they can copy it. Here you must up here. Mark that, and then we say some. Edit copy. Please copy this. In one empty document. This is how you copy this IP mystery stuff. Which I have just marked now. Me good. And they pick that up. This was now according to the instructions of our Proxmox. I think it could be easier. So, we need to be on the right side again. And we take now IPMI/KVM. And then we take here KVM via browser. KVM. Via browser. To console KVM. Here on top.
Options. Keyboard. German. Yes.
I'm about to make later. Hotkeys, video, record, power.
Power.
Active users, CD image, browse files.
CD image, browse file.
The same was that. Proxmox image. And I have even downloaded this. Now I have to see where I have downloaded. Here it is. I need the path. Gut. Under downloads. Yes. Where is this now here? The problem is, I have several programs, and every time the path is still different. This is not yet as optimized as it used to be. Was common for me under Windows. I have now. With this Linux on desktop not so long. I say once worked. From the side I still have to search a little bit, but we are still here. CD image, browse files. And then now we have to find this download. And there we already have it there and open. So, then I start the medium now. And now, of course, I would like to have a reboot. Control-Alt-Delete. Now I have to be careful that I have to press the key in time. So, and I do not know yet which F2 or delete is mostly common. I'll try this with delete key when the time is right. Or F7 or F8 can also be. Signal only. Signal only.
USB. CD-ROM.
Here it is. We take virtual CD-ROM
Also,
Yes, now taken the virtual CD-ROM.
virtuell CD-ROM genommen.
And we see up here
Hier
now
oben
that something is really going on here. Now he loads it right.
richtig.
So, terminal UI and not the author, because that other did not work properly. Terminal UI only. So, okay. Then yes, the SSD were still completely new than I have. The both options SATA and SSD hard drives.
Gehabt.
And then comes the NVMe drives.
Also es ist alles.
Everything grown so it is now faster.
Es wird jetzt schneller
That already looks good.
aus.
Yes, why is this way necessary?
Notwendig ist
There is another way. That is described there. Or so complicated. So much data has to be filled out.
ausgefüllt werden.
And I think that is not necessary at all. This way takes maybe a little bit longer in the beginning perhaps.
Vielleicht.
But once the system starts running,
Zu laufen.
then the rucky zucky goes.
Okay.
It has to transfer now.
Alles
From my upload from my local machine to the server,
hochladen.
to the OVH KVM interface, and then to the server, yes.
Jo. I agree. Return. Target Hard Disk. Genau. Advanced Option.
So press return key here.
Drücken hier.
Also advanced options. Return then ZFS.
Taste, dann ZFS.
Let's see what he says right now.
Dann sagt,
That's
genau
exactly
so
how
sieht
it
es
actually
eigentlich
looks
gut
good.
aus.
No, that is
Das ist
not.
auch nicht Hardware. Ich
I
habe
have in software array. So it is important that this is a software RAID. It is not a hardware RAID, okay?
Genau.
And I assume that everything else,
Muss das alles andere
as far as is normal.
normal ist.
Let's just go to OK now.
Auf okay. Gut.
Target hard disk, ZFS RAID 1, and then to next.
1 und dann auf Next.
Yes, this we can set all later.
Ja, alles
That is,
einstellen. Das ist
are actually Spain. Then it's faster from updating.
aktualisieren her.
Waits. So the time to set up and the next.
Und dann Next. Jo.
Just look away, please.
Weggucken.
And next. Okay. Yes, there I don't know
Das sind
what we select. The IP addresses.
Adresse.
I do not know now what we have there.
Da haben.
Gateway, 221.254.
254.
I would know that. So I would say, that is all. 24.
20er.
132.
30er.
32, I suppose.
30er nehme ich mal an.
So.
So.
Yes, now we are at 74%. I will now first drink nice coffee and
Und
take a break, and you can. Just stay tuned, I do. I cut that out, of course, where I have the. So embit my coffee and enjoy the cake. I'll cut that out then. You do not need to get that nihihi. Until soon.
Oh, wunderbar.
That looks like good. Yes, that looks fantastic. Let's look. Ja. So, copy, insert,
Jo.
that worked excellently.
Funktioniert hervorragend.
This is N24, but has worked.
Funktioniert.
Fine. Also. Good. Yes, now this must be configured correctly from the network history and so on and so forth. And that is then again another topic. But Linux is in principle. So the Proxmox is now first on
Proxmox ist jetzt erstmal
the server and works reasonably with the ZFS
ZFS
drives.
Laufwerken.
Yes, and this is actually the jumping point. With the whole story, I do not want to now show everything. I showed you first. And then I hope you can watch my channel. Subscribed, and then I'll just show you again. Also how this works. At OVH, with the network history, that is namely a bit delicate. But it works well if you know it, right? So. Then first, and thanks for watching.